guys, I'm going to show you what you need to catch flounder. The basic stuff that you will need to hook up to some good flounder. Here are some lures. They're from Jig Heads. Strike King, it's one of my favorite ones. I got Big Bites jigs, and I got Ocean Logic, some cheap regular jig heads. Any jig head will really work, but those are the ones I like to use. They're cheaper and they tend to work the same. So then I like to use Berkeley Gulp. That's one of my favorite ones for flounder. So these are my favorite color: New Penny on a shrimp and Pearl White on a shrimp. Then I got the 4-inch swim mullet, one of the best lures they got out there. Then this is the same thing. It's a whole bunch of Berkeley Gulp, the swim mullet. It's just a whole bunch of different colors. It's a seal tight container, it won't leak. And also these TTFs, 2-inch shads, glow in the dark. Yeah, so, and then I got fluorocarbon, and I got some swivels. So let's get to it. I'm gonna show you how to make a tandem rig on this video. Simple, easy, and fast way to do it. So let's get to it. I'm gonna use this thicker line just so you can see what I'm doing and get an idea of what's going on. So I like to cut it about a foot to 18 inches. So pretty simple, whatever you think. So what I like to do, I like to grab a swivel, which this one probably won't fit in there, but just so you can get a basic idea and see if it even fits. If it does, it'll be perfect. It fits, but I gotta fight it. Okay, it fits. There you go. So put a swivel in the middle, then you move it out so you can have a tandem rig. So you put probably halfway through, or maybe even a quarter of the way through. See how that looks. So you can get a little bit long, but you get the idea. So one of them in the bottom, one of them about halfway to a third of the way up. Put your swivel on there. And what you do, what I do, I like to loop it just like that. Just grab it like that. You run a loop. Oh, you can see it. Then you run it back in and there. I'll just demonstrate it to you because I can't really explain what's going on. Go in there once, and then you go in there twice. Alright, then you just pull it tight. I'll make a loop like that. And then after that, you could tie on your 2 jig heads. You could tie on one jig head here, and then one jig head here. And then we'll make a little trolling. So when it's swimming, one of them will be further back, one would be further front. So it could seem like it's schooling, shrimp or schooling shad or mullet, whatever it is. And then it'll turn out to look a little bit like this. Get one already made. And this is with fluorocarbon, and it's easy to make and pretty fast to make. So I mean, you can make it while you're fishing, or you can make it before you go fishing. I like to make a whole bunch of them before, because sometimes you get stuck where there's the flounder at. So that's how it looks. Put a swivel and then jig heads. It's pretty easy. I mean, all this stuff works. You can even single rig it. Just fluorocarbon, same thing, a foot or so to 18 inches. Then you tie on your swivel, and then you tie on the jig head. Put your gulp, your shrimp, or your swim mullet, whatever you're gonna use. I mean, this stuff works. I've been catching flounder for a while now, and some pretty decent ones. So I'm just passing on my knowledge onto you. So, and I'll show you a live bait rig on the next video, and show you all the other stuff that I like to use for flounder. So this is just basic tips so you could, catch some flounder. I'm just gonna go through everything again so you can see all the stuff again. So there goes the jig heads, the seal tight. That one works really good. It doesn't leak at all. I know some of these containers, the bigger ones and other ones, tend to leak, but this one doesn't leak at all. So it's great. And then these jig heads, they tend to bend, so if you get stuck to a rock, it'll bend out. It won't bend on fish. I haven't had that problem yet. So then these jig heads, they don't bend at all. So these are awesome, but they're pretty expensive. compared to these. So yeah, I mean, that's all you need for a tandem rig. Pretty basic. Swivel, tie a knot on it, and then you have your hangover. Yeah, pretty simple. Alright, well, I hope you will catch some flounder and do a good job.